Okay, how's it going? I haven't made a video in, I don't know, 2 weeks. I just haven't really felt like it, to be quite honest. And it's been Christmas time, and I've been, spending time with family, and it's just, I've lost interest, really. Especially in movies lately. I've said it in the last few videos. These movies aren't the same anymore. It's just, yeah, so they've become so political, and they drive people away from even wanting to come see them. So it's hard for me to even watch old movies sometimes. Yes, I do have my niche of old films that I will always go back to, no matter what. And yeah, I still probably don't like most of those actors and the way that they convey themselves in real life, but that's just the case with every movie now. You see these actors and it's just, oh my god. Like Timothy Chalamet, I am so sick of that little twink's face. I'm done seeing that little fucking queer's face in anything. It's like, stop showing him. I'm done. I'm done seeing this guy. But there's my rant for the day. Add Tom Holland into that list. The guy's playing Nathan Drake and he looks 14. So we'll just talk about my recent little pile of movies here. I got some of them for Christmas, other ones I bought before Christmas. And I have some collectibles back there. You might see a couple of them. I don't know how the camera's showing. But let's just hop into it. I don't know if I mentioned this, Trading Places, in any of my recent videos. I don't remember any of my last few haul videos because I had not seen this yet. This was always one that was always in the back burner. I like Eddie Murphy. I like Dan Aykroyd. And this movie had me laughing pretty damn loud. Like, it was 2 or 3 in the morning and I was howling laughing. When Dan Aykroyd walked in as the Jamaican on the train, I legitimately couldn't breathe.
I certainly hope there's enough space on the train for me.
That's one of the hardest laughs I've ever had in my life. So this movie is so funny. Merry New Year!
Merry New Year!
I love it. Eddie Murphy at this time could do no wrong. Beverly Hills Cop, this, 48 Hours. It was just banger after banger after banger. And then we don't talk about his early 2000s, late 90s movies, because for the most part, besides Daddy Daycare, they're not very good. Or Nutty Professor. A lot of them were bad. But this had everything. And Jamie Lee Curtis, oh, she looks so good in this movie. Oh, not a dumb woman in real life, but holy shit. When she takes her shirt off there and you see her big flapperjacks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. She's hot. Let's just say that. And I always wish she kept her long hair that she has in the first Halloween. She's always got the dykey haircut. And it's just always like, why are you doing that? But True Lies in this, she's about as smoking as a woman gets. So, if nothing else, if you don't even enjoy the movie, and I really love this premise. They give his job, Dan Aykroyd's, to Eddie Murphy, just some bum off the street. And he ends up doing better than they probably expected. Then they end up teaming up and shutting their business down at the end, so...
Seize all assets of Duke and Duke Commodities Brokers, as well as all personal holdings of Randolph and Mortimer Duke.
My God, we're ruined.
Fuck you, rich people. Even though it's made by rich people, the irony. Wyatt Earp. I've never seen this, so this is going to be one that I will maybe talk about in the future after I've seen it. I love Tombstone. I love the story of Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, so I'm very, very, very interested to see this different, longer take. Pretty sure this movie's about 2 hours and 40, 2 hours and 50 minutes. So it's a little longer. I'm not so sure that Kevin Costner's the best. I love Kevin Costner, but him as Wyatt Earp, I don't know, man. Kurt Russell was just so damn perfect in that role. And I can't picture Dennis Quaid as Doc Holliday. I just picture Val Kilmer. So it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to really do my best to separate Tombstone from this, even though it's telling the same story. And this came out the same year, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a year later. So coincidence, I don't know, but they used to do this a lot, where 2 movies of the same subject came out in the same year. Deep Impact, Armageddon. Boom, boom. You get the same movie basically twice with different casts. So I'll let you know what I think of that. Without a Paddle. Now, this is not going to win any awards. This is not going to be one of the best movies you've ever seen in your life, but there's some scenes in this that still have me belly laughing, like the bear scene, where I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
You can't outrun that bear.
I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
Oh, it's too good. And their chemistry's great. When he breaks the bottle on over the boat, thanks for breaking glass for my kids' play. Ooh, sorry.
Thanks for breaking glass where my kids play.
Oh,
Stuff you wouldn't be able to joke about movies anymore. This was like the last leg of that. I think it was 2004. Yeah, so you could still get away with being offensive and making jokes about other ethnicities and stuff and not get canceled and canned. I just love these three together. It's like the perfect trio that I just didn't know I needed. And Homelander's in this as well. He dies before we ever actually see him, but they go to his funeral, so this is before Homelander was ever big. 2004, man, that's 22 years ago going on next week. That's wild. I'd recommend seeing this once. It's not going to be the best thing you've ever seen. But Burt Reynolds showing up at the end. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. I was not expecting Burt Reynolds to be in it. Now, this is a top 5 comedy ever for me. Employee of the Month. Unfortunately, my father made the mistake that I've made a million times when he got this for me for Christmas and got the full screen edition, so we've all been there. We've all made that mistake. But I don't know why he didn't just grab the Blu-ray. I said, Blu-ray. And he bought this. So we all make mistakes. I'm going to have to buy this on Blu-ray because it truly is in my top 5. Most of my humor has come from this fucking movie. And it's probably not a good thing, but just the dynamic between Vince and Jorge might be the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, he's got his little... It's like almost his little lover, his little Mexican lover. Makes me laugh every fucking time. He's repeating everything he says. You let me have the last word. God damn it.
Ow! My head! Ow, my head!
Where did that come from? Shut up!
And Dane Cook. Who knew he was this good at acting? You know, in this, Good Luck Chuck and My Best Friend's Girl, you could see the potential. And whatever happened there, his joke stealing and shit, it kind of killed his career. But there was a little run there where I enjoyed his comedies, you know? Like, you don't watch these expecting fantastic quality. You just want to laugh. And this movie makes me laugh. Every fucking time. Even Andy Dick's funny in this. The dunk, dunk, turkey's done. He's not funny in real life. We saw he overdosed again, but holy shit, he kills it in this movie. What the fuck? Yeah, you gotta see this. You have to. And if any of you out there are working a mundane job of any type, you'll probably relate to this. I never worked in a Costco, so I can't say, but every time I walk around Costco, it's all I think about, this movie. I just walk around, where's Vince? Where is he at check stand 1? So yeah, you gotta, and Jessica Simpson in this movie, oh, smoking. This is right after Dukes of Hazzard, and my goodness, was she perfect. Pinocchio. I grew up watching the Jonathan Taylor Thomas Pinocchio movie, which was live action / like puppeteered. And it's not a very good movie, but this was always like my favorite Disney story. It goes even back previous to Disney. I used to read the books when I was in elementary school, and the books all the way back from like the 1800s about Pinocchio. And just fascinated the shit out of me. Just the concept of this guy creating this doll that comes to life and ends up being his son. It sounds creepy, but at the same time, when you're 6 years old, you're like, this is fucking amazing. You got a whale that eats him at the end, and him and his dad are in the stomach, and then they get out. It's a great story. And the island of kids that turn to donkeys fucking scared the shit out of me as a kid, and it probably always will scare me. I love these movies. These old Disney movies from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, that era is just, perfect. Just perfect. So it's a time capsule. It's the Blu-ray and DVD. I don't love the big DVD case, but there's the Blu-ray right there and the DVDs. So I'll keep this for sure. I got it for like $2, so that's a bit of a steal in my opinion. Rather than spending, $40 on this on Amazon or something. Probably won't watch it very often, but when I do have kids someday, this will be one that they're going to be watching. Not going to be showing them the new Disney slop. They're going to be enjoying the old stuff. We've got a 2-pack here, Dawn of the Dead, and I already had Land of the Dead. I had Dawn of the Dead on DVD. I don't know if you can see it all the way up there, but I just put it up last night, the DVD slipcover. I put it up there because it's kind of what I do sometimes. I just kind of add to my wall. Not even really movies in particular. You can see probably, I don't know if you can, but like Uncle Buck, and up there, What About Bob? And then that's Great Outdoors, and then you got random shit like Son-in-Law, which I don't even own anymore. Like, I don't even have a second DVD of that. I just put that up there because I liked it as a kid. There's no real reason. So I just, Dawn of the Dead, I'll put it up there. I always loved the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead. I still think it's the best Dawn of the Dead. I've never cared for the original Romero movie. I'm sorry. I sound like a fraud saying it, but I just don't care for it. It does everything for me, and it makes me feel like I'm playing Dead Rising while watching it. This was like the best depiction of what it would be like in a apocalyptic situation in a mall, where you get to just have free reign on whatever you want to do. You got the one guy filming his pornos in there. You got them just messing around, living their own life, building trucks up in the parking lot where they're turning them into tanks, basically. I just love it. I think the cast is good. That's when Zack Snyder could still make a pretty damn good movie. And Land of the Dead, it's not a terrible movie. It was not nearly as bad as I was expecting. That black zombie freaks me out. The way he just kind of has this like minor sentience. He knows what's going on. It's a little bit creepy. So would I own the 2-pack, preferably to just owning Dawn of the Dead by itself? No, but the price difference is so different. Like the Dawn of the Dead by itself is like $35. You can get this 2-pack for like $15. And I already had Land of the Dead, like I said, on Blu-ray, so I guess I doubled up. Misery. Now, in the last few years, I'd say 5-6 years, I have just despised Stephen King as a human being. I already did not like a lot of the stuff I'd heard about him previous to, how creepy he was back in the day and his drug-fueled shit that he went through, and that's great. That's his own life. But now he's got TDS to the max. He spends all of his days like Mark Hamill talking about Donald Trump, and it's just, you've lost all my respect, man. And you wrote a book about children having an orgy with another child, so it's just, the irony and the richness coming from him is just, it's ridiculous. So this guy could eat my ass for all I care. This movie, though, it's top tier. And the clubbing scene where she breaks his fucking legs, that's like one of the hardest scenes to watch in film history.
It's for the best.
Hey, please!
Almost done. Just one more.
It's it's a good movie. I gotta rewatch it. It's been probably 3 or 4 years. I've only seen it once, but I really like this movie. So I'm glad to own it now. And horror collection grows another. Speaking of horror, you can consider this horror thriller. Jacob's Ladder. It's not a movie that gets talked about enough. My dad earlier this year, I don't know where he found Jacob's Ladder, but he was like, "Have you seen Jacob's Ladder?" And I got curious because Tim Robbins has always been one of my favorite actors. He just straight up is. Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite movies, so I pretty much will watch anything with him. Like Nothing to Lose is one of my favorite comedies. I just like him. So I was very curious, and this movie fucking freaked me out. I love the premise. I love this whole idea of him having this dream while he's dying in Vietnam, and we're watching this thinking this is his life he's living, but it's not. This is all in his head. It's all a dream, and he dies in the end. So it's a very scary and sad movie, but it makes you wonder about your own mortality. It makes you wonder, is there moments like that before you die where you get to basically relive all of these moments or see people that you haven't seen in a while? I think you need to see this at least once. It's not a must own, but for me it is because I love movies like this. And the director of Fatal Attraction. So there you go. Not a huge Fatal Attraction fan. Who's Harry Crumb? I'm a huge John Candy fan, and my dad knows it. So he got this, and we used to have this on DVD when I was a little tyke. And this was one of my most rewatched John Candy movies. It's probably been 15 years since I've seen this, so I'm very excited to put this in the next few days. Rewatch it, relive those memories. He's just got this quality about him. Everybody agrees. Everybody loves John Candy. There's not very many actors that ever had that sort of reputation where it was just respect across the board. He never did anything that people are upset about. If you met him in person, there's plenty of videos out there of him meeting fans and people walking up and, "Oh, sure, happy to take a picture with you or give you an autograph." He was just a rare breed of human being, and he's what I like to call a true Canadian boy, and it never left him, to being a respectful Catholic Canadian boy. And it's a damn shame that he died so young. It still upsets everybody when it gets brought up. It's one of those deaths that, though I wasn't alive for it, it still affects me. It affects everybody because he was just like the uncle we never had, It's kind of like Robin Williams. Cliffhanger. I want to be Gabe when I'm older. Like when I'm 40 years old, I want to go through a phase where I just shoot Trent all day and do this and drop my friend's wife by accident. Let's not do that. But the opening scene, I remember my dad showing me this when I was 6, 7, and that fucked me up. When he dropped her, no, Gabe, don't drop me, no! And you just see her plummeting to her death. And, yeah, that's hard to watch. I'm excited to rewatch this, though. It's probably been 5 years since I've seen it. I watched it on Netflix when I first moved to this house, so it's probably been 5 years. John Lithgow, great as the villain. Great as the villain. I love John Lithgow. I was just watching Daddy's Home 2 yesterday, and he's just hilarious. He can pull the comedy off. He can pull the dramatic off. He can pull the villainous roles off, like in Footloose and this. I really like him. And Harry and the Hendersons, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Great in that movie. They're making a sequel to this. I don't get it. I hope that doesn't actually happen, but if it does, I'm going to be very upset. This does not need a sequel. I think it was 93 that this came out. So, making a sequel to this, yeah, 1993, would just be unnecessary. It really would. Like, if the sequel came out in 2001 or something, maybe, but come on, Stallone's 80 years old. Let's just move on. Let's just let his franchises and movies from the past just kind of be what they are, respected, and they already went and kind of ruined Rambo with the 5th one, and Creed has completely killed Rocky, so let's just leave Cliffhanger, because this is a gem. And Michael Rooker is the first movie I remember seeing him in. It's when I originally was like, damn, this guy's a good actor, and then I saw him in Walking Dead, and it was like, fuck, this guy's incredible. Michael Rooker needs more respect. Chinatown. Never seen this, but if you've seen I can't even think of what it's called. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Holy crap, I just had the biggest brain fart ever. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It follows the same story beats as Chinatown. I watched the behind the scenes and stuff, and they said they were just kind of making a more child-friendly Chinatown, basically. So I'm very interested to see this. I know the ending already, and it's very fucked up. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, even though this movie's fucking 50-something years old. We'll just leave it at that. I'm excited, though. Jack Nicholson's one of my favorite actors ever, and I hear he might be coming out of retirement, which, just don't do it, bro. There's nothing worth coming out of retirement for. You're going to get in some slop LGBTQ movie or show, and it's just going to be embarrassing for your reputation. So just do us all a favor and yourself, and stay retired, because you're the GOAT. The gold standard for best actor. He is it. Him and Marlon Brando are like the top two that people think of, and they're like, who's the best actors? So just don't do it, okay? JFK, another movie I've never seen, but this was one I really wanted. It's 3 hours, I'm pretty sure. I'm excited. Speaking of John Candy, he is in this. One of his serious roles. Kevin Costner's just the man, as far as I'm concerned. He's just so cool and everything. Field of Dreams, I fucking love him in that. The Bodyguard, he's great. So I'm very excited to see this. I love the story of JFK. Obviously, he was killed by the Israeli government. We all know this now. It's kind of confirmed. So I'm curious to see if they go down that route in this movie, or if they kind of pansy the fuck out and say it was just the U.S. government that did it, when it wasn't. It was Mossad, and we all know that. So, there you go. Summer Rental. Never seen this, but my dad knew I hadn't seen it, and he wanted to watch it with me, so he got it for me. So, here we go. A couple John Candy movies that will never hurt, adding John Candy to the collection. I already have Great Outdoors, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and what's the Uncle Buck. Fucking love Uncle Buck. So, I'm excited to see this. Will it be the best thing ever? Probably not. But a nice 80s comedy with John Candy will never hurt. So let's get into the few die casts that I have. And first, let's get this out of the way. This is really cool. I saw this on Amazon for $20, and this has got some weight to it. I know the batteries probably factor into that, but this is not some like cheap little, you could throw it at the Y, it probably would break, but the flux capacitor from Back to the Future, which is what makes time travel possible. This is what Doc Brown created when he slipped and fell and hit his head off the porcelain sink. Probably trying to hang himself, but we don't ever talk about that. I bet he lost his family fortune or was on the verge of it, and then he got the idea by almost killing himself. And then tries to kill himself again, standing in front of the car at the beginning of the first movie with Marty, where it's coming right at them. Either it was going to work or it was going to kill them. That was his only option. So I find this extremely cool that they have a little trinket like this. It's even got the shield eyes from Light from the movie, and man, I just love Back to the Future. I don't care. I guess just as time goes on, those are my top tier favorite childhood movies. Star Wars has been sewered. Indiana Jones has been ripped of his manhood. So I'm kind of left with Back to the Future, and I'm okay with that because this was my favorite trilogy growing up. So can't ruin that for me, bitch. We got a Jada Back to the Future 1. I ordered this over a month ago and it just showed up. I forgot I even grabbed it, to be honest. It was like $10. I'm only a couple of these away from having all the Jada ones now in box, which is not too bad. This is obviously, like I said, the part 1. It does not have Mr. Fusion. It doesn't even have the rod that helps him go back in time. This is bare bones beginning of the movie, right as Doc shows Marty how it's done. So there's that. There's not much else to it. I love that DeLorean. Show this first. It's in some pretty rough shape, but I could probably polish, staple that down or something. I ordered this off of eBay. It's the Toretto restaurant from Fast and the Furious, Jada Nano scenes. I don't really know, like, I get why the Eclipse is here, but shouldn't that have been Dom's RX-7 or someone else's, like, we already have. Is there another set with the Eclipse? I don't think there is, actually. Never mind, ignore me. It's not as big as I was expecting. I was expecting the actual, convenience store / restaurant to be a little bigger. But there is some parking spaces in the back. You can't really see. So that's alright, I guess. I'm never taking it out of the box. I had no choice but to take my Back to the Future one out. By the time I got across the border and got home, the DeLorean slid out of the packaging somehow. So I was like, well, I guess I'm opening this. And it's just in my closet collecting dust. So I'd rather have it in the box. I already have the jump at the end of the train track. I already have that one. I would like to get the Toretto house and the garage that they just released. There's Han's garage from Tokyo Drift, and that has the Sylvia and the Lancer. And last but not least, DK's 350Z from Tokyo Drift. Now, I don't know if whoever, my parent, because I got this for Christmas, I don't know if whoever sold this to my dad repackaged it or something, but it's in backwards. Like, it's not usually that way. All my other Jadas are flipped the other way. So I'm not really sure what went on there. Maybe it just didn't fit the other. I don't know. But this is a damn good looking model. Like this and Han's RX-7, they look as good as you'd ever need them to look. I'm very pleased with it. I think that's amazing looking. That's probably one of the, if not the most accurate Jada Fast and Furious model yet. I would expect their quality to keep going up. It's gotten a lot better in the last few years. So I'm just hoping that, they can maybe re-release stuff like the Skyline eventually and, make the rims the right size. Send out a real Evo replica, not the one that they've kind of coined as their Evo. So that'd be nice. But that is that. So I hope you enjoyed. My hair's starting to get all wild and crazy. I will be back to I don't know when I'm going to make a video of next, but I had to get in a little video here before New Year's. So hope you guys all had a good Christmas, and I hope you all have a good New Year. Take care.